clean, abundant, natural, and local.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Find that new Chevy truck or SUV you've been searching for right here at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg. With over 100 new Chevys in stock, you have options. We have the Silverados, Equinoxes, and more to meet your needs. And we are not selling over MSRP. Get power and fuel efficiency with the all-new Silverado 1500 LTD, space and savings on a new Equinox. And that's not all. Every new Chevrolet has a lifetime powertrain warranty. And did we mention we are not selling over MSRP? Find new roads at CMAChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney, Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game. At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Hagerstown Ford, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, as we are inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse tonight for EPAC High School Girls Basketball, featuring the Hedgesville Lady Eagles and the Martinsburg Lady Bulldogs. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Alongside me on the broadcast is Dylan Bishop. Our cameramen tonight on the TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube side of things are John Alderton and Spencer Dupuis. Back at the studio, it's Nick Verzolini, as a competitive JV game currently underway. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter between Hedgesville and Martinsburg. Martinsburg leads 27-21, but as we gear up for the varsity side of things later on, 20 minutes after the end of the JV game, Hedgesville 0-10 on the year, 0-3 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Martinsburg 1-5 on the year, 1-1 in the EPAC. That one win, an upset 42-37 win against Jefferson. But Dylan, what are you most excited about for these two teams today?
Well, I think both of these teams, obviously, the season hasn't quite gone the way that they've wanted to so far. But this is going to be a test for both teams to be able to, I think when you're struggling in a season, you kind of have to go back to basics. Make sure that your fundamentals are right before anything else. You try to really break it down, make sure you do the little things correct the entire way, and the rest of the things start to fall into place after that. Like just dribble. Make sure you're looking up while you're when you're dribbling the ball, when you're looking to make passes, find your teammates. Simple shots. Don't take wild shots. Just get back to the fundamentals of it all, and we'll see which team is going to be able to do that tonight. see if Hedgesville can get their first win of the season, or if Martinsburg can get on another one into the win column, go to 2-1 in EPAC play.
It's a fresh start for both teams, not only because both are very young teams with a lot of freshmen that will get minutes, but it's also the fact that both teams are under new head coaches this year. For Hedgesville, it's Matt Faircloth in his first season as the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, as we know him being the football head coach typically for the past few years for the Eagles as well. And on the other side, Martinsburg, now coached by Ronnie Fitzpatrick, after he has now used to be the assistant coach of Musselman under A.D. Elliott for the past few years. So he not only comes over, but his daughter and Kayla Fitzpatrick does as well for Martinsburg, as the final horn of this JV game sounds, and the final score is Martinsburg 30, Hedgesville 21. So we'll wait for both teams to shake hands, clear the courts, and then the varsity teams will start warming up. But with those two head coaches trying to kind of just get their philosophies instilled into these two programs, it's going to take some time, obviously.
Right, yeah, it's hard to expect any coach, especially at this level of high school basketball, to come in and immediately turn a team around if they didn't already have success. And even if they did have some, there's an adjustment period. And, especially when you have players graduating every year that could have been big parts of your team. Coach Faircloth in particular, it's interesting to see him go from the football coach over to basketball coach, because at a certain level there's a lot of things that you can bring over just as a coach of any sport, like the fundamentals and kind of mentality, mindset sort of things you can bring over from really any one sport to another with ease. But there's a lot of things that don't translate from football to basketball, like the skill aspect, and there's a lot of, the strategy of basketball can be similar in a few ways to football, but in a lot of ways it's also different. So I think that's an interesting thing to see, the adjustment as Coach Faircloth goes from one sport to another, how he adjusts. And obviously this year he was able to get Hedgesville have a pretty successful season. He's improved their record year over year, and this is his first year here. So as if he gets multiple years under his belt for basketball as well, see if he can do and have the same sort of results.
One other game going on tonight in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference, and that is the Spring Mills Lady Cardinals going up against the Musselman Applemen at Musselman. And what an impressive start for Spring Mills, a top 10 team in the state, currently 7-0, looking to go 8-0. We'll try to do our best to follow along with the score of that one. Nick Verzolini hopefully will have it for you at halftime and then in post-game. But that team averaging almost 80 points per game and only allowing 30 is something really special that we are getting to witness so far.
Right, yeah, Spring Mills, the women's team and the men's team have both been really impressive so far. The women's team has just been putting up a ton of points against all their opponents. It's just, they've established a really good program over there that looks like it's going to be at the top of the EPAC in probably both the men's and women's side of things. Obviously, we just saw on this past Friday, the men's team came in here to the field house at Martinsburg and got their first ever win. And the women's team having a lot of success as well, and I think they're going to continue that tonight at Musselman.
All right, let's take our first 2-minute break on the countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Sunset Water Services, proudly installing water softeners in Martinsburg and Berkeley County since 1989. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Conveniently located right off 81 at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway, Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including happy hour 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. with $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts. Monday night is trivia night, Thursday night is wing night, and Wednesday and Sunday night is steak night.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as we are 15 minutes away from tip-off between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Martinsburg Bulldogs in today's West Virginia High School girls basketball action. Let's continue our Sunset Water countdown to tip-off and get to our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Rock's is fast, fresh, and friendly, and I can attest to that because that's where I got my dinner today. It was a very nice Italian sub, but with that being said, so that nobody else gets hungry, let's get into our coaches' interview, starting with the Hedgesville Eagles head coach, Matt Fairclough, followed by Martinsburg's head coach, Ronnie Fitzpatrick. All right, Coach Fairclough, your team back in action tonight on the road against Martinsburg. First time getting to go up against them this year. What are you most excited for in tonight's matchup?
Just a chance to compete again. I mean, you know, we played 7 games there before break. Now we're getting into 3 since we came back. So getting back in the rhythm of playing games and seeing if we're improving each week.
You've mentioned last time we got to see an injury, now again this week a new injury. So people have to step up, obviously, because of that. So who are you expecting to step up tonight and hopefully get some successful minutes in?
I mean, the 2 girls we're going to have on the bench is going to be Kaylee Sinclair, who's a sophomore, and then we're going to have Emma Mason, who's another sophomore. Those 2 are going to have to play big minutes tonight just because, you know, we got 4 injuries that put girls out. So for us, 7-man rotation tonight, and we're going to get after it.
It's your first year coaching these girls. What are some things that you've learned along the way, and what are some things that you're still trying to teach them along the way?
We learned a lot about their competitive nature and how they keep coming to work every day. It's, you know, when you're setting it 0-10, it's hard to keep them motivated and coming, but those girls come to work every day. There's no quit in them. They're progressing, you know, slowly but surely. You know, we got to cut down the turnovers and get back into the game and play some defense. But, you know, this past Saturday, I thought they played their best half of football in the second half against Kaiser, so it's getting there.
With that being said, tonight against Martinsburg, what have you seen from the Bulldogs so far?
They're big. You know, they got a lot of size. I mean, you're talking it looks like 6'5", probably 6'3", and a couple of other girls across the front that are great size. So for us, it's going to be crashing the boards and boxing out for sure. But their guards are really fast and they attack you. So for us, it's going to be getting back in transition, boxing out on any shots, and try to get some stops and turnovers.
All right, Coach, anything else?
That's it.
All right, thank you. Good luck. Now joined by the head coach of the Martinsburg Bulldogs, your team back in action today. EPAC play against Hedgesville. First time we get to see your team on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. So just tell us about what's it been like for you being first-year head coach here and what has gone well.
Well, it's been exciting. I'm really excited about the young players that we have. It's been a developmental year. I'm asking them to do some things that probably they've never been asked to do before, or I'm kind of asking them to do things in a different way, if you will. But extremely excited. We've got 5 freshmen that are getting varsity time. I've got 4 sophomores, 3 juniors, and 2 seniors. So really excited about the future. Excited about the opportunity that we have in front of us. Right now we're 1-1 in regional play, and I know that all the competition here is well coached and well prepared. So we'll see how it turns out. Looking for a tough one tonight against Hedgesville.
What are some of the things that you've really seen them progress on with this change?
Well, a lot of different stuff. We're going to be centered around defense, and I'm asking them to switch defenses, periodically throughout the game, learning different concepts, how we want to trap, how we want to move our feet, how we want to rotate, and I've watched them slowly progress day in and day out. It's never a day when they don't come excited and ready to work, and that's what I'm really positive about.
What are you most excited for in tonight's game against Hedgesville for your team?
Just another opportunity to grow. One of the things that we point out this year is we're going to try to win every day. And every day doesn't have a scoreboard, but it's about winning every day. So sometimes we got to remove the scoreboard, and as long as we progress and do the things that we wanted to do and do the things better than we did yesterday, we won today.
What are some of those things in particular that your team needs to do to get the win today against the Eagles?
Yep. So some of the things last game that I thought that we could have done a better job on is our rotation and our defense. In spots and in moments we had good rotation, but we didn't do that consistently for 4 quarters. Today I'm hoping that we can do it for 4 quarters. Offensively, I just want us to execute. I like us to push the ball down the court, get easy opportunities, and then when they're back on defense, execute in our offensive sets.
All righty, Coach. Anything else?
No, just excited. Good luck to Hedgesville, and hope we can play well tonight.
All right, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All righty, that was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. Apologize for the technical issues there from the audio during the interviews. We're trying to get it fixed as best as we can so that it's back and fully functional tomorrow for the boys' basketball game. But let's now step aside, take a 2-minute break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Ever try to collect on an insurance claim? Perhaps a homeowner's claim, auto accident, or fire. Insurance companies collect money from you for protection should something bad happen. And when it does, they don't want to pay, or they offer too little. At Mansion Ferretti, we have an attorney who worked defending insurance companies and knows all the dirty tricks they play to deny or lowball your claim. Call us today for help in getting what you really deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's Local Market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's Local Market.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse for tonight's West Virginia High School girls basketball game featuring the Hedgesville Eagles and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Our cameramen are John Alderton and Spencer Dupuis. Back at the studio, it's Nick Verzolini as we're 7.5 minutes away from tip-off between Martinsburg and Hedgesville. Hedgesville 0-10 on the year, 0-3 in the EPAC. Martinsburg 1-5 on the year, 1-1 in the EPAC. It's the first time these two teams have met this season. Let's now get into our keys to the game, Dylan. The key to your next car is at Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Spencer rides with them, so you should too. Dylan, let's start with the keys to the game for the visiting Hedgesville Lady Eagles.
I think, first of all, that they need to make sure that they limit the turnovers tonight and make sure they can get some points up on the board, that they aren't affected by whatever pressure Martinsburg might bring their way if they go full court press or even if it's just in the half court. Make sure that you're able to get those shots up. You're not going to be able to win a whole lot of games if you're losing the turnover battle by a significant margin. And also crash the boards. You got to make sure that you're not giving Martinsburg those second chance opportunities on the offensive floor, and then to make sure you can potentially try to get some for yourself if the shots aren't falling. For Martinsburg, I think they do need to apply pressure on defense. I think that they can cause some turnovers tonight of this Hedgesville team. And on the offensive side, play unselfishly. Find the best shot. A lot of times a player will sometimes take a pretty good shot when they could have made a pass to a great shot. I think that's the type of stuff that Martinsburg needs to do tonight. Make sure they can spread the ball around to a lot of the players, get some points up on the board.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for both teams when it comes to points offensively on both sides. Hedgesville averaging 25 points per game in the 10 games played. Martinsburg only averaging 34.5 points per game in the 6 games that they've played. But defensively, points allowed both in similar when it comes to statistics. Hedgesville 50.3 points per game allowed. Martinsburg 50.17 points per game allowed. So if the defenses can lock in and hold it to a low-scoring affair, we'll have a competitive night. And with that being said, let's now get our players to look out for. Brought to you by Sutton & Janelle, attorney at law, a full-service law firm helping individuals, families, and businesses with all of their legal needs. They're at 224 West King Street, Martinsburg. Visit them today at suttonandjanelle.com.
On the Hedgesville side of things, I'm going to be looking out for Kelsey Van Dyne, team's leader in rebounds, averaging 3.8 points a game, tied for third on the team. I think that stable presence in the wing or kind of guard spot can make a big difference for a team. And then on the Martinsburg side, I'm going to be looking for Kayla Fitzpatrick, the senior 5'9", the daughter of the coach of the team. I think she's going to make a big impact coming over from Musselman, as she has for the first part of this season, but going forward in this game and the rest of the season as well.
Alrighty, as we have 4 minutes left on the scoreboard during the countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Sunset Water Services. Let's step aside, take another 2-minute break, and then be back to wrap things up. This is West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross in the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Dylan Bishop as we get ready for the Hedgesville Lady Eagles taking on the Martinsburg Bulldogs tonight. Both teams off to slow starts for the regular season as they conclude warm-ups. It's Martinsburg 1-5 overall, Hedgesville 0-10, both under new head coaches this year. It's Ronnie Fitzpatrick for Martinsburg, and for Hedgesville, it is Matt Faircloth. Let's now get today's starting lineups brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, which are John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, or call them at 304-263-4343. And as both teams get into their benches and into the huddles, we will wait for the public address announcer tonight to give us our starting 5.
Number 3, Kelsey Dime. Number 5, Matt Boyer. Number 10, Malia Couch. Number 11, Natalie Bates. And number 15, Olivia Cooper. Number 15, Iowa Fitzpatrick. Number 3, Indiana Davis. Tiana Sandria. Number 33, Addie Stroll. Number 34, Hayden Stratton.
Ladies and gentlemen, last night, former Martinsburg Athletic Director and WPSSAC Executive Director Greg Reed passed away. Greg was a member of the Bulldog family from 2003 to 2015. During his tenure at Martinsburg High and at WPSSAC, he was an advocate for the growth of high school sports throughout the state, the Eastern Panhandle, and our community. We keep his family and loved ones in our thoughts and prayers throughout this difficult time. Please stand and join us now in a moment of silence as we remember Mr. Greg Reed. Thank you.
Now, after the moment of silence, we'll step aside, take a 2-minute break to cover the national anthem. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. We're back in 2 minutes.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
If you or someone you know suffers from the disease of addiction, help is available from the Berkeley County Quick Response Team with peer recovery coaches and support promptly to the homes of those who've recently experienced an overdose. This collective effort towards recovery brings resources and services to the community, including naloxone and treatment options. Call 304-267-1313 or visit the Berkeley County Recovery Resource Center, 400 West Stevens Street, Martinsburg. The Berkeley County Quick Response Team is funded through a DHHR grant with the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as we get ready for opening tip between the Hedgesville Eagles and the Martinsburg Bulldogs. Your opening tip brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com for more. Again, the starting five for Hedgesville is number 3, Kelsey Van Dyne, number 5, Maggie Boyer, number 10, Amelia Fouch, number 11, Natalie Yates, number 15, Olivia Cooper. For Martinsburg, it's number 3, Anaya Gideon, number 15, Kayla Fitzpatrick, number 21, Tiana Santabria, number 33, Addison Strovo, and number 34, Cadence Bradley. Hedgesville in the all-gold uniforms tonight with blue numerals and the blue Eagles cursive script on the front. In Martinsburg in the white home uniforms with black numerals on the front and back and outlined in orange with Bulldogs written across the chest on the front and black and orange stripes on the side. It's Bradley winning the opening tip for Martinsburg, and it goes into the hands of Santabria. Santabria hands it off to Gideon. Gideon swings it back to Fitzpatrick at the top of the key. Fitzpatrick overhead pass to a right side for Strovo. Strovo gets it down low into the paint for Bradley. Bradley kicks it out to Gideon in the left winger. Shot misses the mark. Saved from going out of bounds by Strovo, but it goes over the head of Gideon into the hands of the head coach of Hedgesville, Matt Fairclough, and out of bounds. So with 7:38, Hedgesville gets the ball.
It's good ball movement on that possession, but they just couldn't get it quite into the basket there. Get a good shot up.
Yates has it off the inbound for Hedgesville. She brings it across midcourt, now picks up her dribble and passes it to the left for Boyer. Boyer will give it back over to the right side for Van Dyne. Van Dyne guarded closely by Fitzpatrick, almost loses the ball. Picks up her dribble, met closer by Fitzpatrick, and gives it up to Boyer. Boyer swings it to Yates. Yates, the right wing, will dribble to the top of the key. Picks up her dribble, passes to the left side for Boyer. Boyer now dribbles over to the right side. Still trying to get the offense going, but nobody can get beyond the arc and really get Hedgesville's offense going. As Boyer picks up her dribble, and now a whistle blows. It's a 5-second call against Boyer for Hedgesville. Great defense by the Bulldogs to start off, and that's a forced turnover to give the Bulldogs the ball. That's something that Coach Fitzpatrick said he's been preaching to his team this season, is that defensive intensity.
Well, he didn't really get much help from her teammates there when she picked up her dribble. That helped out, but it was good pressure by the defense.
Gideon tries to get it down low to Bradley. It goes over her head and caught in the left corner by Santa Bria. Santa Bria gets it to Gideon. Gideon's pass now stolen back the other way goes Hedgesville. It is Van Dyne, but Van Dyne has her pocket picked, and Fitzpatrick recovers for Martinsburg. Santa Bria to Gideon at the left side. She drives in, puts up a layup, misses everything. Rebounded by Van Dyne for Hedgesville, and she has it swatted out of her hands. It goes out of bounds. 6:25 to go in the first. Still scoreless between Hedgesville and Martinsburg. A foul called. It's against Fitzpatrick for Martinsburg. That's the first, team first.
That's a tough reach-in foul there. You got to be careful with a frustration foul after a missed shot, trying to poke it out right after the rebound. That doesn't really work out very often.
It's Yates with the ball for Hedgesville. Yates guarded by Strovel. Yates will have to call a timeout as Coach Faircloth does so with 6:10 to go for Hedgesville. Let's step aside, take a 30-second break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School Girls Basketball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Welcome back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Still scoreless in this first quarter between Hedgesville and Martinsburg. Hedgesville just used its first of its 5 timeouts, so they have 4 remaining after almost another 5-second call against the Eagles because of the defensive pressure from Martinsburg. It's Fouch to inbound. Her long pass goes to midcourt, and we have a whistle blown. It looks like it will be a foul against Martinsburg. That's the second team foul against the Bulldogs and the first against Tiana Santa Bria.
That's another way to get yourself into trouble very early on, is to get yourself into foul trouble. Take some players out, mess up your rotation, and then eventually give the other team free throws.
Fouch bounce passes in to Yates. Yates drives to the left side, puts up a layup. It misses. Rebounded down low by Martinsburg's Gideon. Gideon goes back up the floor quickly, turns around, and now passes to the right for Santa Bria. Santa Bria at the right elbow gives it to Strovel. Back to Santa Bria in the wing. She drives the right baseline. Her shot airballs. Rebounded down low by Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick tries to pass it to a teammate. It's stolen by Hedgesville, but now another steal. It's Gideon for Martinsburg. Her layup blocked by Fouch at the left side, and that gets the ball back to Hedgesville. Still scoreless, 2.5 minutes into the first quarter between Hedgesville and Martinsburg. Yates passes to the left for Van Dyne. Van Dyne now dribbles to the top of the key, and her pass is swatted. She tries to tip it back into her possession, but Gideon gets it back the other way. One-on-one goes Gideon. Left side layup is good. She opens the scoring. Martinsburg leads 2-0 with 5:10 to go in the first over Hedgesville.
Well, that's part of the reason that you apply a lot of pressure, is you can turn defense into offense like that.
Strovel swats the pass of Fouch right back to her at midcourt. Now it's Boyer with the ball for Hedgesville. She drives to the right side. Bounce passes down low intended for Van Dyne, but it's Fitzpatrick saving it from going out of bounds and gets it to Santa Bria. Santa Bria floats a pass over to Strovel at the left block, and she's fouled.
No,
they call a double dribble. Okay, thank you, Dylan. It's a turnover. Hedgesville gets the ball, trailing Martinsburg 2-0 with 4:47 to go in the first.
Yeah, it was a little hard from our angle, but I was able to see. Took one dribble, touched the ball with both hands, then went back down with another dribble.
Martinsburg setting up a full court press. That's something this year that we've seen Hedgesville really struggle in breaking. As it's Fouch with the ball, she chest passes it to the right side for Boyer, and Boyer able to dribble across midcourt, almost goes out of bounds, and now it's stolen by Nelson. Nelson kicks it out to Fitzpatrick. Left corner three from Fitzpatrick. Almost banked in. No good. Rebounded by Bradley. Her shot in the paint misses the mark. Down low with it is Strovel at the left block. She puts it up and in off the glass. It's now 4-0 Martinsburg.
Well, Hedgesville's going to get credit for that rebound, but essentially Strovel almost immediately took it away.
Now on the right block, it's Cooper, and Cooper gets rejected by the 6'5" Cadence Bradley.
Well, Hedgesville just has no one close to that size on this team. That's going to be a big problem all game long when Radley's in the game.
Ball went out of bounds, so it's Hedgesville quickly inbounding it to Yates. Yates from the right corner, the two-pointer, no good, rebounded by Martinsburg. Fitzpatrick brings it up the court. Our bounce pass goes through the legs of Hedgesville and into the hands of Santa Maria. Back to Nelson. Nelson gets it to the left elbow for Bradley. She finds Fitzpatrick at the right block. Fitzpatrick fights her way up for a shot. It's no good as a whistle blows, and it was a travel against Fitzpatrick. So even if she made the shot, it wouldn't have counted. It remains 4-0 Martinsburg with 3:45 to go in the first over Hedgesville. Hedgesville with the ball. They pass it across midcourt. It's stolen. Tipped by Nelson into Martinsburg. Santa Maria. Santa Maria passes it over to Fitzpatrick. Back to Santa Maria. Her shot misses. Rebounded by Nelson. She drives into the paint on the right side. Goes up for a layup and is fouled with 3:33 remaining in the first quarter.
It was a tough drive there after the rebound. Good job to just power through that, get yourself to the line, get yourself potentially 2 easy points.
It's the first foul against Hedgesville. It's Nelson's free throw up off the right side of the rim. Goes out to keep the score at 4-0. Subs checking in for Martinsburg. It's Gideon as well as Medina. Nelson gets the ball for the second free throw. Shots up. Around the rim, no good, so it stays at 4-0. The ball rebounded by Yates. Yates going to bring it up and bounce pass it to Boyer. Boyer at midcourt passes the timeline. And a ball tipped by Gideon, and now Nelson scoops it up. Left side layup is good, and the foul. 6-0 Martinsburg. And that sends Nelson back to the line for the and one with 3:14 to go in the first.
Gideon has just been picking the pocket almost every possession, it feels like, at this point of Hedgesville.
Nelson gets the ball, trying to make it 7-0 Martinsburg. Her free throws up. Off the back of the iron, no good. Ball tipped, goes out of bounds into Hedgesville's bench. And they'll say it last went off the Hedgesville Eagles and be Martinsburg's ball with 3:11 in the first. 6-0 Martinsburg, leading Hedgesville. Santa Maria with the ball, dribbling, picks it up in a right-hander. Pass deflected, stolen by Van Dyne. Van Dyne immediately gets pressured. She passes it back into the defensive paint. Santa Maria steals it. Her layup, no good. Rebounded by Fitzpatrick. She puts it up and in. It's now 8-0 Martinsburg, leading Hedgesville.
A good follow-up by Fitzpatrick there. It's just been really, really good defense so far by Martinsburg, taking advantage of the loose hands.
It's another steal by Martinsburg. Medina with it for the Bulldogs. She starts the offense up, dribbling with her right hand, pointing with her left hand. At the top of the key, picking up her dribble, gets it to Gideon. Gideon drives to left side, her layup, no good. Rebounded down low, and a whistle blows as Cooper had it with 2:23 to go. It's Martinsburg 8, Hedgesville nothing. First quarter brought to you on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson, proudly serving the area since 1880. We'll get our next one now as a travel violation against Fouch for Hedgesville. Gets the ball back to Martinsburg. We're also presented on TV 10 by CMA's Honda of Winchester at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward. And a timeout called by Coach Fitzpatrick for Martinsburg. They lead 8-0 over Hedgesville, 2:18 to go in the first. Let's take a 30-second break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for dollar wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the cornhole tourney, Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
Welcome back, Martinsburg. 8, Hedgesville, nothing is your score. Tonight's West Virginia High School girls basketball game. 2 minutes, 18 seconds in the first quarter remain. The Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Fitzpatrick to inbound for Martinsburg. Passes it to the backcourt for Santa Maria, brings it across midcourt. Back and forth goes Santa Maria and Medina puts a quick three up from the left side. No good. Rebounded by Santa Maria. The right elbow, and her jump shot up and good. Makes it 10-0 Martinsburg.
Another good follow there. It's just been a lot of offensive boards so far for Martinsburg and a lot of steals.
Yep, as that one stolen by Santa Maria. Right side layup, no good, but the putback is good by Gideon to make it 12-0. Martinsburg leading Hedgesville with 1:40 in the first.
Second chance points and points off turnovers will kill you every single time.
Yates passes it across midcourt for Van Dyne. Van Dyne bounce passes it to the right for Copenhaver, and Copenhaver almost loses it, has to save it from going out of bounds. Gets it to Van Dyne. She drives the baseline, kicks it out to the left wing for Boyer, and Boyer's fouled with 1:25 to go in the first. And that is a foul against Martinsburg's Nelson. Unless I'm missing a number, because Nelson's actually just checking in. So I saw him put up a 4, and that's the only number that I saw, and number 4 wasn't out there. So
I'm not sure. I'm about as unsure as you are.
That was the 4th team foul nonetheless for Martinsburg. Quick inbound. It's Boyer putting up the jumper for 2 on the left side. It's good. Hedgesville now gets into the score column, trailing 12-2 over Martinsburg. Nelson to Strovel. Strovel's jump hook from the left side around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Van Dyne brings it up the floor. Passes to the left side for Boyer. Boyer gets it to Yates. Yates tries to have a long pass all the way to the right side. Stolen by Nelson for Martinsburg. Back the other way she goes. She powers her way up on the left side. Offensive foul called against Martinsburg. That's Nelson picking up the foul.
Yep, just out of control there.
49.1 seconds to go in the first. It is 12-2 Martinsburg on top of Hedgesville. Fouch will check in for Yates for the Lady Eagles.
It's mainly been a struggle of breaking the press so far for Hedgesville. They haven't really been able to get a half-court offense going.
Copenhaver trying to do so, picks up her dribble, passes to the right for Fouch. Fouch floats a pass over the head and into the hands of Boyer. Boyer finds down low Cooper. Her shot from the left side misses off the back of the rim, rebounded by Santa Maria for Martinsburg. Under 30 seconds left, it's Medina. Medina decides to kick it to Santa Maria at the top of the key. She takes 2 steps in, puts up a floater, and banks in by Medina. 14-2 Martinsburg.
I didn't think that was the best shot they could have got on that possession, but turns out it is because it's a made shot. That's all that matters.
10 seconds left. Medina steals it at midcourt. She drives to the right side. Layup no good. Out of bounds. Martinsburg ball with 4.6 seconds left in this first quarter. They lead 14-2 over Hedgesville. Medina to inbound for the Bulldogs. Passes it to the right corner for Santa Maria. Her 3, airballed, rebounded to the left block by Medina, and Medina banks it in at the buzzer. They now lead 16-2 over Hedgesville at the end of the first. We'll take a 1-minute break, then come back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is a public service message from Bechtel Jewelers to Chocolates, brought to you by Diamonds. Dear Chocolates, you melt. As for us, Diamonds, we melt her. Hi, I'm Lori from Bechtel Jewelers. Face it, Chocolates. Yes, you're sweet. Yes, you can be hard to keep your hands off of. But if the idea is to melt her on Valentine's Day, that's what we do. She doesn't exactly fall all over herself when she sees you. Her eyes don't get all big when she sees it's a box of chocolates. She doesn't fall all over the man who hands her a box of chocolates. Am I right or am I right? But when she sees it's a little jewelry box with diamonds inside, does she get all worked up? Oh yeah. Do her eyes get big? Oh yeah. Does she start to melt right in front of the man who hands her that little box with diamonds inside? Oh yeah. Of course, all of this is said with great love. Signed, Diamonds. This public service announcement has been brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, Route 11 South in Inwood. Come see us because we melt her.
High School as we're inside of the Martinsburg field house. At the end of quarter number 1, it's Martinsburg 16, Hedgesville 2. It will be Hedgesville starting off with possession for the second quarter. Van Dyne inbounds to Boyer for Hedgesville. Boyer goes across midcourt, picked up by Santa Bria, so she picks up her dribble. Bounce passes to the left, intended for Fouch, stolen by Medina. Medina for Martinsburg, goes with a finger roll on the right side and is fouled with 7:48 to go in the second quarter. That will send Medina to the line to shoot 2 for Martinsburg.
Well, my 2 keys at the game for Hedgesville during the pregame was for them to limit turnovers and crash the boards. And they have it's been all Martinsburg in those 2 categories so far. They've just been picking the pocket of the Eagles left and right and getting all the offensive rebounds that they want.
Medina makes her first free throw. That makes it 17-2, Martinsburg leading Hedgesville. So that foul against Hedgesville's Amelia Fouch. It was her second, team third. Medina's second free throw up off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded in the paint by Fouch for Hedgesville. 1 of 5 tonight from the free throw line as Martinsburg as a whole. It's Van Dyne bounce passing it to Cooper. Cooper finds Boyer. Boyer drives the right baseline, and a whistle blows with 7.5 minutes to go. It's a travel against Hedgesville, and that goes against Maggie Boyer. The turnover gets the ball to Martinsburg.
Just kind of stumbled within the trees there, getting close up with each other.
Hedgesville now going with a full court press. Fitzpatrick inbounds to Santa Bria. Santa Bria double teams, spins, finds Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick stutters, pulls up for 2 in the right wing. No good. It's airballed, rebounded by Copenhaver. Boyer now with it for Hedgesville. She floats a pass to Van Dyne in the left wing. Van Dyne dribbles, passes it to Copenhaver, almost goes over her head. She's able to save it. Might have gotten the assist from an official. As she bounce passes it to Yates, a whistle blows as Yates goes to the floor, kind of rolled on top of the ball. We have a foul called, or is it a jump ball with 6:56 to go?
They're going to call a foul on Medina.
And that's Medina's first, team 6th for Martinsburg. Copenhaver heads it to Boyer. Boyer to Yates. Yates, the left wing, guarded by Santa Bria. Trying to find a teammate to get it to. Now gets tied up with Fitzpatrick, and a jump ball will be called with 6:41 to go in the second quarter. It's Martinsburg 17, Hedgesville 2.
Hedgesville needs to help out their teammates when they pick up their dribble. There's too many times where we're just a few feet away from the other side of the half-court line, picking up a dribble and no one comes and helps out, and it makes it a really difficult pass.
Medina gets the inbound, loses her dribble, so she has to pick up the ball at the right corner, finds Fitzpatrick in the wing. She bounce passes it to the top of the key. Santa Bria for 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Bradley. Bradley kicks it out to Medina, right corner 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Tipped out of bounds, last off Fitzpatrick. Hedgesville ball with 6:22 to go in the second quarter, trailing Martinsburg by 15.
Backing off of the press a little bit is Martinsburg.
Yep, going more with a half-court press instead of a full-court press as Copenhaver picks up her dribble, passes it to Yates. Yates tries to go right back, but it's deflected by Gideon. Medina gets the steal. Santa Bria now from Medina. Right side layup, no good. Rebounded by Copenhaver for Hedgesville.
I think that half-court press is seemingly, if I were the coach, I think that's all they really need to do to get turnovers. You can
Yep, as Boyer just lost the ball again, it goes to Medina.
You can challenge them in the front court the entire length of the court, but they're doing a good job of intercepting this passing lane to the half court.
Fitzpatrick to Gideon. Gideon to Medina. Long 3, no good. Off the front of the rim, rebounded by Bradley. Bradley's shot also misses. Now Hedgesville gets the rebound as Coach Faircloth tells Boyer to try to up the tempo for Hedgesville. Van Dyne's pass stolen by Santa Bria. Santa Bria one-on-one with Boyer. Left side layup, no good. Getting the rebound down low's Gideon, and she's able to put it off the glass and in and gets fouled with 5:22 to go. It's now 19-2 Martinsburg in the lead over Hedgesville. That sends Gideon to the line.
I think Gideon's been having a fantastic game, especially on defense, and a lot of that defense has been able to turn into offense for the Bulldogs, for herself and for her teammates.
Yep, she's the leading scorer out of the 6 scorers so far for Martinsburg with 6 points, trying to get her 7th here on this free throw attempt. As it is Anaya Gideon, the junior, putting up the free throw. It goes off the back of the rim, no good. And it's been a struggle tonight for Martinsburg. We'll get to that after figuring out what this whistle was, as Hedgesville went to the floor to travel against them. So gives the ball back to Martinsburg as Medina inbounds to Bradley. Bradley immediately puts up a shot, and it's good. Cadence Bradley, first time into the score column tonight, now has 2. It's 21-2 lead for Martinsburg over Hedgesville.
And so whenever they can get Bradley the ball, it's just so much of a height advantage.
But as I was trying to mention earlier, free throws not been the forte of Martinsburg tonight. 1 of 6 from the free throw line.
Yeah, as big as their lead could be, it could be bigger if they made their easiest opportunities at points.
And if Hedgesville can start capitalizing on free throws, things maybe get interesting as they trail 21-2, but are at the free throw line as a 1-and-1 after Fitzpatrick's second foul goes to Yates, and Yates misses that free throw. It's rebounded by Martinsburg. It quickly goes back the other way, and Medina puts up a shot from the left block. It's up and good. 23-2 now Martinsburg leads as Medina has 7 points.
Yeah, it's been an impressive offensive game from Medina as well.
Pass goes off the hands of Boyer, out of bounds. Martinsburg gets the ball right back.
Again, that's those turnovers. If you can't get past that press and get into your half-court offense, that's you're failing before you even can start, you know.
Yeah, Hedgesville averages an astounding 35.6 turnovers per game. Gideon, left side layup, no good, gets her own rebound, puts it back up and in. Gideon gets fouled as well. That sends her to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 4:29 to go in this second quarter.
And again, that's the defense into the offense. You get at that turnover. I know the ball went out of bounds, wasn't a transition play, but it still helps you on the offensive end of things as well.
Another free throw missed by Martinsburg. It's 25-2. The Bulldogs lead the Eagles. Ball now to Sinclair. Sinclair gets it to Van Dyne. Van Dyne to Yates. Yates drives in, loses the ball. It's stolen by Hicks. And Hicks will get it to Medina, who slows it down for Martinsburg. Medina at midcourt on the Martinsburg logo. Will stop on the collar. And now go to the right wing. It's Medina picking up her dribble. Passing it down low to Bradley. Bradley kicks it out. Three-pointer might have got tipped. It was a shot by that's by Rodriguez, no good. And now Rodriguez will pick up a foul defending Boyer. That's the 8th team foul for Martinsburg to send Hedgesville back to the line.
So, I mean, Martinsburg is giving Hedgesville some chances to get back into this a little bit and give them these free throws. A lot of fouls being called in this game on both ends of the court as well.
Free throw, no good by Boyer. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Going back the other way is Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick with it at the wing. Gets it to Bradley. NBA 3 from Bradley off the side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Gideon. Gets it back to Bradley. Second time's a charm as Cadence Bradley makes the first 3 of the evening and extends Martinsburg's lead to 28-2.
Yeah, stretch 5 out here.
We get a walk against Boyer. Another Hedgesville turnover. It's been the common theme tonight for them. 3:23 to go in the second quarter.
It's been a quicker whistle than usual from this particular crew. So you got to play within your environment.
Inbounded, Bradley now with it, trying to post up, passes it to the right block. Down low is Sealinger. She kicks it out to Medina, and her three-pointer airballed, safe from going out of bounds by Fitzpatrick. But they'll say before she was able to bring it in bounds, her foot landed out of bounds first, so Hedgesville gets the ball with 3 minutes to go in the second. A half-court press for Martinsburg.
They're essentially just standing at the half-court line and then jumping when they try to make the pass over.
Yeah, because Hedgesville has everybody up there. There's nobody inside of the three-point area on the offensive end for Hedgesville each time. They're all waiting also at half-court for the ball.
And I suppose that they don't really have anyone that I guess they trust to try to dribble past that line of defense at half-court.
Medina on the Martinsburg logo for the Bulldogs. Picks up her dribble, passes it to Gideon. Gideon back to Medina. Back to Gideon. Back to Medina. Over to Fitzpatrick, her three-pointer. Air balls from the right side, and a whistle blows with 2:32 to go in the second quarter. Still Martinsburg 28, Hedgesville 2, as that will be an offensive foul against Martinsburg. That foul going against Seelinger.
When I was talking about before the game, when you're getting into the fundamentals of basketball when your team's struggling, something as simple as dribbling the ball. I've seen a lot of players looking down as they dribble on the Hedgesville side of things, and it's hard to keep control of the ball if you aren't able to look up, find open teammates, or see the defenders coming your way. That's what leads to a lot of turnovers.
First free throw up and good, makes it 28-3 now. Second one also banked in by Van Dyne to make it 28-4. 2:25 to go in the second quarter. Santabria with the ball, passing to the right side for Fitzpatrick. Back to Santabria, swings it to the left for Gideon. Back to Santabria at the top of the key. Over to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick gets it to Seelinger in the right corner. She floats a pass over the head and into the hands of Bradley. Great ball movement, trying to get it down low to Gideon. She kicks it back out to Santabria. Bradley pump fakes, now gets it to Seelinger. Seelinger going up against Boyer, trying to post up. Now kicks it out to Bradley. Bradley overhead pass through the hands, intended for Gideon, goes out of bounds. Turnover, Martinsburg. Hedgesville gets the ball with 1:53 to go in this second quarter.
Slipped right through her hands and out of bounds and right into the lap of Coach Faircloth.
Yep. Second quarter brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg. You go to Orsinis.com. Boyer gets it to Van Dyne. Van Dyne finds Copenhaver open. She now going to drive the left side. Picks up her dribble, trying to bounce pass down low. Does so to Yates. Yates goes up for the shot. It's rejected by Bradley. Back the other way goes Martinsburg. Santabria, right side layup. No good. Rebounded by Hedgesville's Boyer. Boyer goes back the other way now, all alone. Right side layup too hard off the backboard. No good. Rebounded by Bradley. Bradley gets it to Santabria. Minute 20 left in the second quarter. Fitzpatrick gets the pass from Santabria. Drives the left side. Goes up for a layup. It's no good. Whistle blows with a foul. Our second quarter sponsor for TV10 is the Skinner Law Firm, injury and consumer rights lawyers. Phone 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. That foul against Hedgesville's Natalie Yates. It's her first, team sixth, to send Fitzpatrick to the line. First free throw up off the back of the rim and then drops through for Fitzpatrick. Martinsburg now leads 29-4 over Hedgesville.
It's been tough. Anytime Hedgesville has been able to get past that press and get over to the basket, it seems like you have Bradley there. And, of course, she's at least 5 inches taller than anyone on the court for Hedgesville at a given time. And they just can't get a bucket with her in the paint.
Second free throw off the back of the iron. No good from Fitzpatrick. Rebounded by Hedgesville. It's Yates with the ball, guarded very closely by Rodriguez. And we get a 10-second violation called against Hedgesville with exactly 1 minute left in the second quarter. It's another Eagles turnover to get the ball to Martinsburg.
It's tough, man. Whenever you're having trouble getting the ball up the court, dribbling without turning the ball over, it's just a snowball effect from there. That the game has to start there at that fundamental level, being able to dribble the ball, get out of situations where you're getting trapped.
Rodriguez gets the inbound, immediately passes it back to Santabria. Santabria passes it to Rodriguez, who dishes it to the left side for Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick finds Bradley. Bradley finds Strovel. Strovel in the paint puts up a jump shot. and it's good to extend the lead to 31-4 for Martinsburg over Hedgesville. 38 seconds to go. Boyer gets it to Sinclair. Sinclair to Van Dyne. Van Dyne to Boyer at the right wing. She puts up a three off the front, back of the rim, off the glass, around a few times, and in to make it 31-7.
There we go. They're finally able to get past that press, get into the half court, found an open shot, and they got one to fall.
Fitzpatrick to Bradley, top of the key. Three by Bradley off the back of the rim. No good. Gets out to the just in front of the three-point line. Rebounded by Fitzpatrick. She drives the left side, dribbles it off her foot, goes out of bounds. Hedgesville ball with 6.4 seconds to go in this second quarter. Hedgesville with it. It's Copenhaver to inbound. Copenhaver bounce passes it right in front of her to Van Dyne. Back to Copenhaver. Copenhaver loses possession. Strovel will just throw it as far as she can. It's nowhere close, and that's the end of half number one. Martinsburg leads Hedgesville 31-7 at the half. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market. Rock's Grab and Go is made fresh daily. Grab and Go, now available at Rock's local market.
You've put up with your water long enough. It's time for Sunset Water Services, your local water solution since 1989, to fix your water problems. Get better tasting, better smelling, and better looking water today. Say hello to drinking your own delicious water for pennies per gallon. Say yes to healthier skin and hair and to softer and brighter clothes. Sunset Water Services delivers your bags of salt to you, so they'll save your back too. And our products come with a 1-year satisfaction guarantee. Call 304-754-9031 for a free water quality test today. SunsetWater.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hedgesville 31-7 is the halftime show, brought to you by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com for more today, as it is 8 minutes left at halftime. Let's get our scorers. For Hedgesville, only two scores so far. It's Boyer with 5 points, Van Dyne with 2 points. As for Martinsburg, they have 7 people so far that have scored tonight. Leading the way for Martinsburg in the score column with 8 points is Anaya Gideon. Right behind her is Brooklyn Medina with 7 points. Cadence Bradley has 5 points. Addison Strovel has 4 points. Kayla Fitzpatrick has 3 points. And then Kayla Nelson as well as Tiana Santabria have 2 points each. And that are your scores for both sides. Very quickly, Dylan, what's your first half thoughts?
Hedgesville just hasn't been able to get past the defense of Martinsburg, especially the press. They've been turning the ball over so much. There's been a lot of offensive rebounds by Martinsburg. The size of Bradley down low has made it impossible to, when they do get it past half court and to the rim, hard for them to score. It's just been a really tough game overall for Hedgesville. Martinsburg's taken advantage, taking that defense and turning it into offense.
All right, let's take a 2-minute break. On the other side of the break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini with our halftime scoreboard show. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value Brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 Brand Image Awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve.
The Skinner Law Firm, SkinnerFirm.com.
Hi, it's Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 Spencer Dupuis. When I got into a car accident and needed to get another vehicle, I wanted to go somewhere I could trust. So I went to the Heffley Motor Company at 993 Hedgesville Road.
As a first-time car buyer, I really didn't know what to expect. But at Heffley, they treated me like family. Every step in the process was seamless. Not only did they give me a great deal, but they also helped me secure an amazing interest rate. Now I know firsthand why Heffley has such a great reputation in this community.
I ride with Heffley Motor Company, so you should too.
We welcome you into the And One Scoreboard Show, brought to you by the Mountaineer Pub, located at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway in Martinsburg. As we take a look at some scores, unfortunately, no update yet on the Musselman Spring Mills game, but I do have a JV score from that game, and JV Spring Mills got the win 44-38. That is the only other EPAC girls basketball game going on here tonight. The current score here from the game that you are either watching or listening to between Hedgesville and Martinsburg is Martinsburg 31, Hedgesville 7. So a good first half for the Bulldogs. We'll see if the Eagles can make things interesting in the second half and start a comeback. Excuse me, not a whole lot going on here tonight in college basketball on the men's side, at least in the top 25. No games currently active, but late ones for you. Gonzaga will take on BYU, Utah, UCLA, and Arizona, Oregon State, if you do choose to tune into that. NBA action, a few games going on right now. The Thunder lead the 76ers 67-59 in the third quarter. The Celtics and Nets, it's a good one there. Celtics lead 55-54 just before halftime. And the Bucks and the Heat going at it. The Bucks lead the Heat 41-34. The Raptors lead the Charlotte Hornets 58-42. In hockey action, the Capitals are, I believe, off tonight, so they are not in action. But some scores there that may be of interest. The Kraken lead the Bruins 1-0. Hurricanes lose to the Blue Jackets 2-1. Rangers Stars, no score there. And Wild trail the Islanders 1-0. That's just some of the NHL scores. The Red Wings leading the Maple Leafs 2-1. Jets Sabres tied at 1. So some interesting scores there. And in college women's basketball, Marshall was in action tonight. They fell to Coastal Carolina 65-61, but former Shepherd Ram Abby Beeman did lead the way for the Thundering Herd with 15.7 rebounds and 3 steals. We'll send it back to Colin McLaughlin and Dylan Bishop right after this break.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Hello? We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's gonna take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're gonna need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
We're back in 20 seconds, John. Welcome back. Second half, a few seconds underway. It's Hedgesville with the ball. Yates will carry it on the left side, and that gives the ball immediately back to Martinsburg with 7:47 to go in the third quarter. It is Martinsburg 31, Hedgesville 7. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Dylan Bishop for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. John Alderton and Spencer Dupuis are our cameramen. Nick Verzolini's back at the studio. Fitzpatrick gets it over to Santa Bria, who passes it to the right side for Gideon. Gideon bounce passes it down low to Bradley. She's double-teamed and will push over. That's Boyer, who went to the ground, picked up the offensive foul against Bradley. It's the first team foul against Martinsburg.
A good job hanging in there against the 6'5 Bradley and taking that charge.
Yeah, that's tough for the freshman to be going up against a junior like Bradley, but she was ready for it. Fouch with it now for Hedgesville. Passes to the right side for Yates. Yates still in the backcourt, now goes even farther and picks up a 10-second violation. And that has frustrated the already frustrated head coach Matt Faircloth, who's like pointing, saying you're supposed to go that way, not back into a deeper zone of the backcourt.
Yes, no matter the sport, going backwards is usually not the plan.
Gideon puts up a shot from the right corner off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Santa Maria for Martinsburg. Her pass goes out to the top of the key to Gideon. Gideon gets it to Fitzpatrick in the right corner. She passes it over the head of the defenders into Bradley at the right block. She posts up, puts up a shot off the glass and in. That makes it 33-7 Martinsburg.
I'm not sure why Boyer, the shortest player on the court, is guarding Bradley straight up one-on-one. The tallest player on the court, but...
Ball tipped out of bounds by Strovel, so it'll be Hedgesville ball, 6:35 to go in this third quarter. Ball went out into the hallway, so we have to wait for it to be recovered, as Fouch does so for Hedgesville. She'll now inbound it for the Lady Eagles underneath their basket. Inbounded to Yates. Yates immediately puts up a shot, almost banks it in, no good. Rebounded by Cooper. Cooper's shot off the back of the glass, no good, but a whistle blows with 6:32 to go in the third. It's a foul against Martinsburg. That'll send Olivia Cooper for Hedgesville to the line to shoot 2.
You see, I see Coach Fitzpatrick on the Martinsburg bench over here, putting his hands straight up in the air, as to say, this is how you need the guard. And that's really the one thing Martinsburg hasn't done very well, is they've been fouling a lot. They need to just go straight up. When you got a lead like this, I mean, hate to say it, but if you put yourself straight up and get just kind of in the way of Hedgesville, they're not shooting a high percentage, so it may work out for you in the long run. Just wait for those defensive boards.
Only one free throw was made out of the 2 by Cooper. Made it 33-8. Martinsburg leading. Bradley throws up a shot, misses it, but she's fouled down low, so that'll send Cadence Bradley to the free throw line to shoot 2 now for Martinsburg. It's the second team foul against Hedgesville. 6:11 minutes remain in this third quarter. The foul against Cooper. That's her third. Bradley makes the first free throw. Makes it 34-8. Bradley, second free throw up into the air. She makes that one as well. She now has 9 points, leading the way for Martinsburg and extending the lead now to 35-8 over Hedgesville. It's Yates passing it across midcourt to Van Dyne. Beautiful ball motion. Right side 3 by Fouch, airballed. Goes out of bounds off the hands of, I believe it was Gideon or Fitzpatrick, one or the other. Ball for Hedgesville, inbounded to Boyer. Her three-pointer also airballed, rebounded by Martinsburg. Back the other way goes Gideon. Her right side layup too hard off the glass, no good. Will take a few deflections before bouncing its way out of bounds. Martinsburg ball.
There you go, more of that defense and the offense. Didn't turn it into points that time, but it did give you that transition attempt at the very least.
Santa Bria over to a wide-open Medina in the corner for 3 at the right side. She drains it.
Someone just lost Medina coming out of that inbounds play there, left her wide open. Of all the people on this team, that is one of the last ones you should leave wide open too.
Ball stolen back the other way. Easy layup at the right side, up and good by Fitzpatrick. Makes it 40-8, Martinsburg on top of Hedgesville.
Fitzpatrick's been kind of quiet tonight compared to some of her teammates, and she was our player to watch. But that just showed you how much of a overall team performance it's been from the Bulldogs.
Bounce to Yates. Yates drives the right side, goes up for a layup in the paint. It's no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Back the other way goes the Bulldogs. Bradley with the ball at the left corner. She posts up, puts up a shot, goes around the rim, and goes to the court. Rebounded by Fitzpatrick. She gets tied up with Hedgesville's Olivia Cooper. They both fall to the floor, and the ball falls out of the hands of both of them. Goes, I believe, behind the bleachers, so we're waiting for it to be found by an official in the darkness. For a second, I almost thought that actually went through the doors and down the steps of the locker room, which would, even though be longer to find, probably easier to find because of the light, but finally it was recovered. 5 minutes remain in this third quarter. It is Martinsburg ball leading 40-8. Great shot there by our cameraman. John Alderton and Spencer Dupuis working tonight for TV10. Bradley, turn around, jump hook off the back of the backboard, no good. And on the ground, tied up, is Yates and Fitzpatrick. Another jump ball. This time possession arrow will go to Hedgesville.
Well, both teams are still hustling out there, even though it's a 30-point game here in the second half. You have to appreciate that.
Yates clearly travels as she went to pass, decided not to do so, but her feet were going with her momentum. Another Hedgesville turnover gets the ball to Martinsburg with 4:50 to go in the third. Subs checking in on both sides, so let's quickly get you a third quarter sponsors. We're brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com, as well as Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. Ball inbounded to Medina. She gets it back to Santa Bria. Santa Bria in the left corner puts up a shot for 2, no good. Rebounded by Fitzpatrick in the paint. She goes off the glass and in and is fouled. That makes it now 42-8. Martinsburg on top of Hedgesville with 4:40 to go. Fitzpatrick with 7 points will go to the line to shoot the and one.
There you go, making her presence felt here in the second half after a quiet 3-point first half. Already has 4, potentially 5 with a made free throw here in the third quarter.
Foul goes against Fouch as Fitzpatrick makes the free throw. She now has 8 points and extends Martinsburg's lead now to 43-8 over Hedgesville. It's Boyer passing it to the left for Van Dyne. Van Dyne finds Copenhaver in the corner. She bounce passes it to Fouch about a foot to her right in the corner. Now over to Boyer at the top of the key. Boyer back to Fouch for 3 in the corner. It's good! A late whistle trying to find where it was. Are they saying that she was fouled at the shot? And they are. I did not see much contact, but now it is Amelia Fouch with an opportunity for the rare 4-point play. It's 43-11 now.
And yeah, they are going to say it was on the shot.
That was a foul against Baker for Martinsburg, her first. Fouch, free throw, around the rim, no good. A whistle blows with 4:19 to go. Well, it looks like it was a lane violation. So, Fouch will have another opportunity for a free throw. That one up, off the right side of the rim, no good. Rebounded down low by Martinsburg. Medina quickly back the other way for the Bulldogs. He gets it to the top of the key for Nelson, back to Medina. Medina thinks about it, pulls up for three. No good, rebounded by Martinsburg's Nelson. Nelson misses in the paint, gets her own rebound, now goes to the court and gets tied up with Boyer. The possession arrow should be with Martinsburg. It is 3:58 to go in this third quarter. Martinsburg 43, Hedgesville 11. The Bulldogs will inbound. Santa Maria to do so. She inbounds to Medina. Medina finds Fitzpatrick wide open at the right corner. She pump fakes, turns around, and a whistle blows with 3:54 to go. Looks like it's a foul against Hedgesville on the floor. And that foul against Olivia Cooper, that is her fourth.
Wow. Halfway through the third quarter. The officials are certainly getting a workout tonight.
Inbound to Fitzpatrick, no good, and now we have a jump ball between Baker and Cooper. And that's something to keep in mind with Cooper in foul trouble with 4 fouls is with 2 injuries already to Hedgesville's team, there's only 8 Lady Eagles here tonight. Van Dyne over to the right side for Fouch. Fouch, Copenhaver bounce passes to Cooper, and Cooper gets blocked from behind by Fitzpatrick. Whistle blows, and it will be a foul against Fitzpatrick to send Cooper to the free throw line as now Fitzpatrick picks up her third foul. Or excuse me, her fourth foul. I was missing one. So. Nope, I was correct. It was her third. I was looking at the wrong side at the wrong 15. It's Cooper with the free throw. She made the first. Misses the second, so it is Martinsburg 43, Hedgesville 12. Medina to inbound now as the ball after the free throw was tipped out of bounds. Martinsburg ball. And get it to Santa Maria. Santa Maria goes across midcourt, picks up her dribble for Martinsburg. Bounce passes it now to Medina. Medina picks up her dribble, passes it back to Santa Maria. Santa Maria kicks it down low to the left block, putting up a shot. It goes in from Hicks, but we have a whistle blown, and it's an offensive foul. The charge gets the ball to Hedgesville. That foul against Hicks.
Yeah, that's a good call there.
They're calling her with an elbow as Fitzpatrick disagrees with the call. 3:17 to go in the third. Hedgesville ball. Trailing by 31 against Martinsburg. Maggie Boyer brings it across the timeline, picks up her dribble, finds Copenhaver at the left wing. Copenhaver passes it to the corner for Van Dyne, and her pass goes to the top of the key, deflected, eventually falls into the hands of Boyer. Boyer now closely guarded by Santa Maria. She gets past Santa Maria. Bounce passes down low. Inside for, I believe that is Van Dyne. Van Dyne now has to kick it out to Boyer. Boyer finds Yates. Yates goes to the left side, puts a turnaround jumper. No good, but she's fouled with 2:46 to go. That'll send Natalie Yates to the free throw line to shoot for Hedgesville.
I thought that was one of the better possessions of ball movement there in this game from Hedgesville. So I'm making some progress in this contest.
Second foul against Hicks. Free throw by Yates, up and no good. Yates gets the ball back for her second free throw. Shot up, off the back of the rim, no good. And it's rebounded by Martinsburg's Baker. Baker gets it to Medina. Medina quickly goes back the other way. Bounce passes it to the corner for Hicks. Back out to Medina at the wing. She swings it to Nelson, and Nelson tomahawk chop to the ground by Fouch. Getting helped up by Fouch after the foul, as well as Medina. And that is Fouch's fourth foul for Hedgesville, too. So now it's Fouch and Cooper with 4 fouls each. 2:34 to go in this third quarter. It's Martinsburg 43, Hedgesville 12.
A flying elbow there, looking like A.J. Styles coming off the top rope.
I like that. Santa Bria back to Medina. Medina take 2 dribbles closer to the arc. Now passes it all the way to the left side, intended for Nelson. It's tipped out of bounds. Remains with Martinsburg. Santa Bria to inbound for Martinsburg. Floats pass out more towards midcourt from Medina. Gets it to Santa Bria. Santa Bria dribbles a few steps into the arc. Passes to the right side. Medina for 3 off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded on the left side by Nelson. Nelson drives the left baseline. Puts up a layup. No good. Eventually gets her own rebound off a few deflections. Now gets it to Santa Bria. Her shot off the sides of each side of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Yates, and Yates gets tied up on the floor with Medina. 1:53 to go in the third. It's 43-12 Martinsburg on top of Hedgesville. Do you have a point there, Dylan?
And I think we're going to really start to see the fatigue come into play now, because Martinsburg up by 30 can really go into their bench. And, of course, you mentioned that Hedgesville does not have a lot of depth tonight.
Medina makes a 2-point shot. It's now 45-12 Martinsburg leading Hedgesville. Boyer picks up her dribble, gets it to Copenhaver. Copenhaver bounce passes it to Fouch. Fouch back to Boyer, top of the key. 3, airballed. Goes out of bounds into the Hedgesville cheerleaders. It'll be Martinsburg ball with 1:25 to go in this third quarter.
And you can just see, looking at the bench for Hedgesville, only 3 players over there. And you look down the Martinsburg bench, and it looks like there's at least double. I mean, it just the eye test of both bench tells you the depth on these teams.
Santa Bria brings it across midcourt for Martinsburg, then passes to Medina. Medina gets it to Nelson. Nelson pump fakes at the wing, goes to the corner on the left side. Back out to Medina. Medina to Santa Bria. Santa Bria bounce passes down low. It's intercepted back the other way. Goes Hedgesville. It's Maggie Boyer. Left side layup by Boyer. Just misses. No good. Rebounded by Nelson for Martinsburg. Under a minute remains in this third quarter. She brings it up the floor for the Bulldogs quickly. Bounce passes, and it's intercepted again by Kelsey Van Dyne this time. She gets tied up with Sealinger. Possession arrow pointing for Hedgesville.
And Van Dyne does average over 2 steals a game, 2.3 in 10 contests so far.
And with 40.4 seconds, Hedgesville will call a timeout in this third quarter. 45-12, Martinsburg leads the Eagles. Let's take a 30-second break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
Looking to buy a home in the Eastern Panhandle? Thinking about making that big move but don't know where to start? Then call Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Chris is a Martinsburg High School graduate and knows the local market, and he's proven it for the past 15 years at Milestone Real Estate Group. Looking to sell or buy a home? Phone 304-579-7349. That's 304-579-7349. Or go to callchrisross.com. Making milestones is our business.
Welcome back to Martinsburg High School as we're inside the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. 40.4 seconds remain in this third quarter. Martinsburg 45, Hedgesville 12. It's Maggie Boyer for Hedgesville with the ball. Gets it to Yates. Yates over to the right side. It's now Van Dyne in the corner, double teamed. She gets it to Yates at the elbow. Yates swings it out to the left side for Copenhaver. Copenhaver pulls up for Jay. No good. Rebounded by Medina. 23 seconds to go in the third. Medina gets it to Nelson in the left side corner for 3. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Van Dyne. 15 seconds to go in this third quarter. It's Boyer with the ball at midcourt. Looking up at the clock, under 10 seconds. Boyer picks up her dribble, gets it to Yates. Yates has her pass deflected by Medina. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Medina left side layup at the buzzer. No good. Rebounded at the horn. Was the shot in time? Doesn't matter anyway. From Rodriguez, it missed. 45-12. Martinsburg leads Hedgesville at the end of the third quarter. Let's take a 1-minute break. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the relocation of our Berkeley Medical Center outpatient rehabilitation services to 1002 Tavern Road. This move gives Martinsburg Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation more room, more convenient parking, and a covered drive-up, drop-off area. WVU Medicine will continue to offer physical, occupational, and speech therapies for both adult and pediatric patients, as well as specialized services. For more info on this new location and services provided there, call 304-264-1214.
Lady Eagles 45-12. Martinsburg will start off with the ball for the fourth quarter. It's Medina over to Nelson. Nelson pump fakes, now tries to bounce pass down low to Seelinger. Goes off her leg back out to Nelson. Nelson gets it to Medina, back to Seelinger. Right side shot up, no good at the block. Goes out of bounds, last off the hands of Martinsburg, so it'll be Hedgesville ball with 7:42 to go in this fourth quarter.
Last off of Nelson there. She's been showing a lot of effort in the second half in her minutes. I think sometimes rushing a little bit, getting a little out of control, but you can tell that's just effort.
Medina steals it back the other way. She goes right side. Layup is good by Brooklyn Medina. She leads the way for Martinsburg with 14 points. Now 47-12 on top of Hedgesville is Martinsburg. Boyer with the ball at the top of the key for Hedgesville. Passes it to the left side for Van Dyne. Back to Boyer, back to Van Dyne. Van Dyne for three at the wing. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebounded in the paint by Seelinger. Medina to Nelson. Nelson walks with 6:58 to go in the fourth. It's a turnover on Martinsburg. Hedgesville ball. Fourth quarter presented on TV 10 by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first, as well as WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Boyer to Fouch. Fouch to the left wing for Van Dyne, back to Fouch. Fouch finds Yates. Yates carries the ball before putting up a shot. She did make it, but the travel violation occurred first. So with 6:40 to go, it's Martinsburg ball, leading 47-12 over Hedgesville.
I think there comes a point late in the game where, as an official, if there's something that maybe could let slide, maybe not notice, you can let it go, but that was an obvious one.
Turnaround shot at the block by Baker, no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg. Seelinger. Seelinger gets it to Rodriguez, no good for three. Seelinger again with a rebound. This time finds Nelson. Nelson shot in the paint, misses the mark, but a whistle blown with 6:18 to go. And it's a foul against Hedgesville to send Nelson to the line to shoot two. Looks like that foul they still have against Fouch. Now they change it. Okay, it was Copenhaver's first. Nelson's free throw off the front and then back of the rim, and no good. Score remains 47-12, Martinsburg leading Hedgesville.
You're seeing Natalie Yates check out of the game. Kaylee Sinclair come in. Finally, probably seeing some of the last of as many Hedgesville starters as can come out.
Nelson also misses the second free throw, but it's rebounded by Seelinger. Seelinger tries to get it to Nelson at the left wing. It goes through her legs, out of bounds, Hedgesville ball. 6:13 to go in this fourth quarter. The ball inbounded for Hedgesville to Maggie Boyer. Boyer brings it across midcourt, picks up her dribble, passes it to Van Dyne at the left wing. She passes it all the way across to the right side wing for Fouch. Fouch now gets it to Boyer. Boyer dribbles twice, picks up her dribble, gets it to Fouch. Fouch fakes a pass. This time does pass to Copenhaver in the corner. She's picked up by Nelson, gets it to Fouch at the wing. On the right side goes Boyer at the top of the key, over to Van Dyne on the left side. Van Dyne to Boyer. Boyer back to Fouch. Fouch will dribble it out of bounds. Martinsburg gets the ball with 5:43 to go in this fourth quarter.
And, of course, you get some mistakes later in the game like this when you start to get some bench players in, aren't used to getting as many reps, a little rusty coming off the bench, but it's good for them to get the time on the court.
Medina hands it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez, pass intended for Sealinger. It's stolen by Hedgesville. Right side layup is good. It's Kelsey Van Dyne making it, and she gets the foul to send her to the free throw line for the and one. 5:28 to go. It's 47-14 now. Martinsburg still leading Hedgesville, but little positive things like that are something that you always enjoy seeing from the Lady Eagles in what right now is a 33-point deficit.
Absolutely. Showing effort all the way to the end.
Van Dyne makes the free throw. She now has 5 points, makes it 47-15. Medina gets the inbound. Hedgesville goes full court press. It's tipped by Copenhaver, stolen by Van Dyne. Over to Copenhaver. Copenhaver guarded by Nelson. She'll dribble her way out of it into the right corner. Gets it to Boyer. Boyer drives in from the top of the key, stops at the elbow, and has the ball stolen by Hicks. Hicks gets it to Nelson. Nelson quickly back the other way from Martinsburg. Finds Rodriguez. Rodriguez drives to the right side, puts up a layup off the glass, and then the side of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville's Van Dyne. Van Dyne loses her footing. Bounce passes it to Fouch. Fouch on the right side of the paint. Tries to put up a shot. No good. Whistle blows, and they'll say it was last out of bounds off Fouch for Hedgesville. So with 4:48 to go in the fourth, it's Martinsburg ball. Ball inbounded to Rodriguez. Rodriguez floats it past the Sealinger. It goes off her hands into the hands of Van Dyne, and then those two both have their hands on the ball, so we'll have a jump ball. Or no, we have a foul, actually, against Martinsburg Sealinger. 4:42 remains in this fourth quarter. That's Sealinger's third foul.
And looks like, that's the 8th foul of the half on Martinsburg, so that's has Hedgesville in the 1-and-1.
Yep, so it will be Kelsey Van Dyne for Hedgesville. Back to the free throw line. She is 3 for 3 from the free throw line today and has 5 points, tied with Boyer for the leading scorer. Our free throw up, no good. Off the hands of Hicks and into the hands of Fouch for Hedgesville. They get it to Boyer. Boyer at the top of the key. Passes it to Fouch. Fouch for 3 off the front of the rim, no good. Her shot from the left side misses. It's rebounded by Martinsburg. Back the other way goes Nelson. Nelson quickly up the left side. Puts up a layup. It's good. She ran into Boyer, and Boyer a little shaken up. So they stop play, make sure that she's okay.
Yeah, a little slow to get up, but I think she was just a little tired. Because, again, Hedgesville, a lot of these players have been out on the court for most of this game with the short bench.
Yeah, Boyer, a freshman point guard, really has ran the offense for a majority of this one. Copenhaver bounce passes it down low to the right block for Sinclair. Sinclair back to Copenhaver. Copenhaver to Fouch. Fouch to Sinclair to Boyer to Van Dyne for 3. Off the back of the rim, front of the rim, no good. Tipped out of bounds off Copenhaver. Martinsburg will get the ball with 3:50 to go in this fourth quarter, leading 49-15 over Hedgesville. Ball inbounded to Brooklyn Medina, Martinsburg's leading scorer tonight with 14 points. She goes all the way through Hedgesville's defense, puts up a layup at the left side, too hard off the backboard. Now gets tipped out of bounds. Last off Martinsburg, Hedgesville ball.
He wasn't able to get that one to go, but it has been a very good game on offense overall for Brooklyn Medina. Obviously leading the team in scoring.
Fouch inbounds to Boyer. Boyer will slowly bring it across from the back court to the front court for Hedgesville. She passes it to the left side for Van Dyne. Van Dyne double team, so she kicks it out to the top of the key for Boyer. Swings it to the right side now for Hedgesville's offense. It's Copenhaver stuck in the corner, drives the baseline, bounce passes it, intended on the left side for Van Dyne, but it bounces out of bounds. 3:19 remain in this fourth quarter. Martinsburg ball.
Hedgesville sticking with the full court press, even though it's a 30-point game and there's only 3 minutes left. I mean, that just shows that Coach Faircloth wants them to be trying hard the entire way.
Strovel puts up a shot in the paint. It's no good. Rebounded by Boyer. She gets tied up with Hicks. Possession arrow gives the ball to Hedgesville. Boyer at midcourt. Crosses the line. Gets it to Fouch. Fouch back to Boyer. Over to the left side. Van Dyne, left wing three. Around the rim. No good. Rebounded by Strovel. Strovel then passes it to Rodriguez. Rodriguez finds an open teammate at the left block. Her shot rejected by Fouch into the hands of Copenhaver. Fouch comes a brick wall in the fourth quarter for Hedgesville. We saw it last week against Musselman and now seeing it tonight against Martinsburg. It's Boyer driving the left side now, kicking it out beyond the arc for Van Dyne. Van Dyne will now dribble to the top of the key and get it to Copenhaver. Copenhaver back to Van Dyne. Van Dyne to Sinclair. Sinclair to Boyer. She pump fakes and walks as she tries to go to the left side. 2:19 to go. Martinsburg has the ball. Still 49-15 Bulldogs.
A little slip-ups there as we get wind down. It's hard to stay completely focused in a game when it's this much of a margin this close to the end. You start to just wonder, all right, let's get this thing over with, and you can make some mistakes.
Yep. Green, inbound pass, tipped by Van Dyne back into Hedgesville's bench. We have a warning now against Hedgesville's bench. They were saying that they were too close to the inbound, but they're not the ones that set up the chairs. Green.
That's a good point.
Inbounds it to Snipes. Snipes back to Green. Green crosses midcourt. No look bounce pass to Strovel. Tipped back to Hicks. Hicks tried to get it to Green. It's now stolen by Hedgesville's Van Dyne, and Van Dyne will get it to Fouch. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Boyer to Van Dyne. Van Dyne bounce passes to Copenhaver for three off the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Hicks. Hicks gets to Green. Green crosses the timeline, picks up her dribble, finds Rodriguez in the right corner. Rodriguez picks up her dribble, passes it to the top of the key for Snipes. Snipes to Green. Two-pointer from the left side corner. No good. Tipped out of bounds. Last off Hedgesville's Copenhaver. So it will be Martinsburg ball with 1:35 to go in this fourth quarter. Checking in for Hedgesville now will be Emma Mason. And she'll check in for Kaylee Sinclair.
So short of a bench as they've had, this is the first time we're seeing Emma Mason check into the game. So that's quite interesting.
Ball immediately inbounded to Strovel. Strovel from the left side block puts it up off the glass and in. 51-15 now. Martinsburg leads Hedgesville. Boyer. Van Dyne back to Boyer. Boyer at the top of the key. Floats it to Van Dyne. The pass tipped out of her hands. Stolen by Rodriguez. Her left side layup no good as she traveled. So that'll give the ball back to Hedgesville. Hedgesville will have another sub come in. It's Cooper. And Cooper will check in for Copenhaver. Fouch inbounds to Boyer. Under a minute to go in this fourth quarter. It's 51-15. Martinsburg leading Hedgesville. Boyer, the left side for Van Dyne. Van Dyne back to Boyer. Boyer to Fouch. Fouch finds Mason. Mason to Boyer at the top of the key. She dribbles once, passes to Van Dyne along two in the left corner. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Martinsburg Snipes. Snipes will bring it across the court herself. Picks up her dribble at the wing on the right side. It's now Strovel in the paint. Puts up a layup around the rim and good from Strovel. She now has 8 points. It's 53-15. And Boyer has to tell somebody to inbound it for Hedgesville as the clock continues to wind down at 20 seconds. Eventually Mason inbounds to Boyer. 19 seconds. Van Dyne with the ball. Swings it over to Fouch. Fouch for three. No good, but she's fouled with 13.1 seconds to go in this fourth quarter, and that will send Amelia Fouch to the line.
It's going to be a nice little box score there at the end of this game for Addison Strobel, adding in those 2 points. Right in the second to last possession of the game, most likely, for the Bulldogs.
First free throw by Fouch up and no good as Strovo had 4 points in the 4 points in the first half, 4 points now in the second half to total are 8. Fouch misses the second free throw off the back of the rim. And Sinclair, the final 13.1 seconds, will check in for Hedgesville as Van Dyne checks out.
A well-deserved rest, even if it's only for the last 13 seconds of the game for Van Dyne.
Fouch makes the third free throw to make it 53-16. Martinsburg leading Hedgesville. Rodriguez will just back away and allow the clock to wind down as Martinsburg gets the win over Hedgesville. Final score, Martinsburg 53, Hedgesville 16. As we wait now for both teams to shake hands, Martinsburg improves to 2-5 on the season, 2-1 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Hedgesville falls to 0-11, 0-4 in the conference. So now, once Spencer Dupuis can get head coach of Martinsburg, Ronnie Fitzpatrick, will send it down to him on the floor here at the Martinsburg Fieldhouse as Coach Fitzpatrick will now turn around and will send it down to Spencer Dupuis.
Down here with Coach Fitzpatrick, you got a big win tonight, and it really seemed like it was because you guys stopped them at half court most of the game, where they couldn't break the press.
Yeah, it's something that we've been working on, is trying to have a little half-court trap and change up our defense a little bit. Everything's going to go through our defense. If we can play good, sound defense, we'll be able to be competitive.
And you score 51 points tonight. Obviously, it's big to get that. And now you have your second win in the EPAC. How do you take this momentum going forward?
Well, we got to switch it over real quick because we're going to East Fairmont tomorrow. We've got Elkins down there tomorrow, and then we play Saturday. So we've got a nice long stretch here. If we can play good, sound defense, move the ball, and just execute some of the things we've been working on, we'll give ourselves a good chance.
All right, Coach, best of luck. We'll be back here Tuesday.
Thank you. I'm excited to see you.
Back up to you, Colin.
Thank you, Spencer, as well as Coach Ronnie Fitzpatrick. Let's now take a 2-minute break and then be back for our post-game show. You're tuned into West Virginia High School girls basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
WVU Medicine is pleased to announce the relocation of our Berkeley Medical Center outpatient rehabilitation services to 1002 Tavern Road. This move gives Martinsburg Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation more room, more convenient parking, and a covered drive-up, drop-off area. WVU Medicine will continue to offer physical, occupational, and speech therapies for both adult and pediatric patients, as well as specialized services. For more info on this new location and services provided there, call 304-264-1214.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Find that new Chevy truck or SUV you've been searching for right here at CMA Chevrolet of Martinsburg. With over 100 new Chevys in stock, you have options. We have the Silverados, Equinoxes, and more to meet your needs. And we are not selling over MSRP. Get power and fuel efficiency with the all-new Silverado 1500 LTD, space and savings on a new Equinox. And that's not all. Every new Chevrolet has a lifetime powertrain warranty. And did we mention we are not selling over MSRP? Find new roads at CMAChevroletofMartinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Welcome you back to the Martinsburg Fieldhouse. Your final score tonight, Martinsburg 53, Hedgesville 16. As the Lady Bulldogs improved to 2-5 now on the year, 2-1 in the EPAC. Hedgesville 0-11, 0-4 in the EPAC. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Our cameraman Spencer Dupuis and John Alderson. Back at the studios, Nick Verzolini, as we welcome you into the postgame show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook pages. Martinsburg's defense and just forcing turnovers and mental errors by Hedgesville was too much for the Lady Eagles as Martinsburg started with a 16-2 lead and never looked back, Dylan.
Yeah, they were just able to stop the Eagles really in the half court before they got into the half court, I should say, in the back court, getting all those turnovers pretty much at will, a lot of them from Gideon, especially early on in that game, that were able to get so many points off of turnovers. There were offensive rebounds that the Bulldogs were able to get for those second chance points. Overall, Hedgesville never really had much of a shot to get into the half court, get into the paint, and get easy buckets. Ended up just being a great defensive performance overall, including with Bradley down low for the Bulldogs.
All right, let's now get our game stats for tonight, brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 south of Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. Hedgesville scores for tonight. Leading the way was Maggie Boyer and Kelsey Van Dyne with 5 points each. Amelia Fouch had 4 points, and rounding it out was Olivia Cooper with 2 points. On the other side for Martinsburg, the leading scorer tonight for the Lady Bulldogs was Brooklyn Medina with 14 points. Cadence Bradley had 9 points. Addison Strovel, as well as Kayla Fitzpatrick and Anaya Gideon, all had 8 points each, followed by Kayla Nelson with 4 points. And then rounding out the scores column for Martinsburg was Tiana Sanabria with 2 points. That totals up to 53 for Martinsburg, and for Hedgesville, 16. Again, that's your game stats brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers. Let's now get into tonight's awards and start with our moment of the game, brought to you by Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Buying or selling a home, call 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com.
I'm going with the first basket of the game. Anaya Gideon with a steal at half court on Hedgesville, taking it down the other way, laying it up and in. And that was the trend for a lot of this game, was getting steals around half court and taking it for easy transition buckets. That was the number one thing that got Martinsburg this win tonight.
All right, let's now get to our rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Phone them at 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
Early in the first quarter, Cadence Bradley was able to reject a ball from Hedgesville down at the paint, down at the square on the right side, that she just sent into the bleachers where we have the Martinsburg student section. And that was the other thing. When Hedgesville did get the ball towards the paint, a lot of times it was Cadence Bradley there to either block a shot or even just disrupt to where Hedgesville was not getting those easy shots and they were missing a lot at the rim.
All right, and last but not least, our player of the game, brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg.
Got to go with Brooklyn Medina for Martinsburg. Coming off the bench, had 14 points, leading the way for the Bulldogs. Played a lot of minutes down to the end of this game, leading the second unit while they're up big in that garbage time. And it was good effort on the offensive end and on the defensive end. It was not just Gideon that was turning defense into offense, it was Brooklyn Medina as well.
Yeah, Medina the only one tonight for Martinsburg with a made three-pointer. And on the other side, Fouch was the only one for Hedgesville with a made three-pointer. So,
and the only player on either,
we only saw 2 threes tonight.
Yep,
one for each team.
The only player on either team in double digits.
So that'll end tonight's broadcast. Martinsburg 53, Hedgesville 16 is your final score. We'll be back tomorrow with boys high school basketball. And it's the biggest rivalry in the EPAC, arguably, as Martinsburg travels to Hedgesville to take on the Eagles. Tip-off at 7:30. Pregame will be at 7 p.m. as Spencer Dupuis will be on the call for that one. For Nick Verzolini, who you'll hear from shortly, as well as Spencer Dupuis, John Alderton, and Dylan Bishop, I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off. This has been West Virginia High School Girls Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Have a good night, everyone.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
We welcome you into the N1 Scoreboard Show for the postgame, brought to you by the Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Company. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. We will get into some scores. First, the game you just listened to or watched, depending on how you like to view depending on how you decide to tune into our broadcast. Martinsburg 53, Hedgesville 16. The other game here tonight was Spring Mills, Musselman. I didn't see a final earlier. I will double check that though, but the Lady Cardinals certainly have been the dominant team. I did get a halftime score from that game, which was surprisingly closer than I anticipated. It's, I believe it was 26-17 at the half. Shout out Dylan Bishop for providing me with that. But I don't know if there was a final available, and I don't see one. So no final scored there, but you would think Spring Mills got the win, but, I mean, it's possible that Musselman pulled off what would be a huge upset. In terms of games going on right now, not a whole lot, but in the NBA, we'll jump over there. The Thunder lead the 76ers 114-107. Celtics Nets, good one there in the third quarter, just ended there. The third quarter just ended, I should say. 84-82 Celtics. Bucks trail the Heat 76-73. And the Raptors lead the Hornets 85-77 at the end of the third. No men's basketball tonight that has started in the top 25, but women's games have been going on. Marshall fell today 65-61 to Coastal Carolina. Abby Beeman, the former Shepherd guard, with a team-high 15.7 rebounds and 3 steals. And then in the National Hockey League, some scores there. The Kraken lead the Bruins 2-0. Jets, Sabres 3-2. 3-1 Hurricanes over the Blue Jackets. Red Wings lead the Maple Leafs 2-1. All these games in the third period. Predators, Canadians. The Canadians are up 3-2. The Stars lead the Rangers 1-0. Lightning over the Canucks 4-2. Islanders 1-0. Flames, Blues, no score. Avalanche, Blackhawks 1-1 score at the end of one. And the Senators and the Coyotes, that one just got started about 5 minutes ago in game time, no score there. Panthers Golden Knights tonight is the nightcap. So that does it for us back here in the studio. Martinsburg gets the win over Hedgesville in girls basketball 53-16. Tomorrow we're back on the air for boys basketball. Martinsburg Hedgesville, big rivalry matchup there, so you don't want to miss it. 7:30 tip-off, 7 p.m. pregame show. I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long here from the studio, and enjoy the rest of your night, everyone.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, Hagerstown Ford, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.